Hey, welcome back to the channel. It's the same day as the second day of our pull we just got done with. So same shirt, same hat, same dirt. But the boys of the guy I did the deal with for trade are here. They dropped the tractor off. I hauled it home last night at the tractor pull. But the Super AI Industrial loaded. I think they're going to take the tires, those three plus that one right here being specific. And they got the AV, which is sitting between those two A parts there. They'll grab the sheet metal. And right here, I got some of the parts. There's the load. This trailer's cool because that tail is hydraulic, electric, and it'll pick 10,000 pounds and hold it. Nuts. So there's the Super A Industrial. There's the extra front wheels that go with the deal. Extra parts, the AV. Nice setup. So let's go over here. Again, there's the rear end of the A. Seat and fender. The other A that they get, they'll have to come back and get the rest of this. But look what else is here. Something new in the barn. Check that out, an Oliver 77. No, it's not mine. I joke. They are going to leave that here because they're going to be back here at the end of July for our tractor show. They don't need it anymore, so they're going to come back and get that. But let's go look at what I did get in the trade. This is right here, a 1949 Minneapolis Moline Model R with a standard front axle. It is like my tractor. It is the same year as my R with the wide front. It is 6 serial numbers later on the production line. So imagine let's say Wednesday, here comes my tractor off the assembly line. Then you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's number 6, and here it is. Possibly the same day, maybe the next day. Maybe it was a Friday and they finished this one on a Monday. I don't know. But it does run. It does have some issues. We'll get into that in another video because I have other projects I really got to work on. So just a quick walk around. Yeah, this one does have wheel weights on it. Does have the deluxe seat. It's not the correct cushion, but it is nice and soft. It has the lights, PTO. That lens is broke, the flat glass. Not sure if I have one. It is 2 shades of yellow. It's been painted 2 or 3 times. Not worried about that. Got good glass up front. Sheet metal's straight. It's got a couple little dings here, and somebody cut a hole in the hood here for a different exhaust, but shoot, that can be patched. Looks like all the hooks are in place. It's got good rubber. So far the tires have held air. That hook still, oh, this one is missing. They sell these, so you grind those rivets off, put a new one on, whether you screw it on or otherwise. Anyway, that's my big trade. So I'm not sure if I'm going to add to this video or not. I do have some work I got to do, so yeah, maybe we'll work on something else before we end this because this is real short. Well, I'm back. It's been a couple weeks since we looked at this thing, since this intro that you just saw. Today is July 3rd. Happy birthday, Mom. Yeah, it's my mom's birthday. So if you know her, wish her happy birthday. Before we keep going on this, I wanted to go over my results for what we ended up finishing at our tractor pull. So Saturday, June 21st, 3,500 pound 4 mile an hour, I finished second. 3,500 pound 6 mile an hour, I finished second. And then Sunday, we did the 10,000 pound 3 mile an hour team pull with Jeff on his U-propane. We got third. I think we missed second place by, I don't know, 25, 30 feet, something like that. 3,500 pound 4 mile an hour, we got second, but we got second by less than a foot. We got 220.5, and I think first place got 221 point. Oh shoot, I don't remember if it's 3 or 4, maybe it was 5. Anyway, they had 221, I had 220. That was close. Then 3,500 pound 6 mile an hour, I ended up third. So now that we got that out of the way, we can talk more about this. So a second ago in the introduction, I was talking about how many serial numbers are separated between my 49 and this, well, my new 49. The last 3 digits of my serial number are 264, the one in the shop, the one I've had for years. This one here is 269. That means there's 5. This is the 5th one down the line behind the one in the shop, which I just find really cool. I had a chance of getting one that was 3 numbers behind my R that's in the shop, which would have been what, 2, 6, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think that was right, 267. But it got sold from my area and went down to California somewhere. I coulda, I shoulda, I didn't, I hesitated. I didn't think it was going to sell. It's gone. Probably never see that thing again. It would have been cool to collect all 5. I mean, it's hard enough just to find 2 consecutive serial numbers, but if I could have got all 5, I mean, after getting this and connecting all the dots. Wow. Okay. Troubles with this tractor. 1 is the starter. It doesn't always want to engage. 2, we have a fuel issue. The guy I did the trade with said he had it running for 20 minutes. I can't get it to run that long, so we're going to have to look into that first. Second, this tractor will build 25 pounds of oil pressure, which is more than enough at idle. But at idle, it sounds great. But if you start to work it or speed the engine up, the engine starts knocking. Now, why would that be? Why would it be quiet at an idling around the yard, compared to speeding the engine up and now you start getting a knock? So tell me what you guys think. Is it rod bearings? Is it can't be lack of oil pressure, because I got 25 pounds of oil pressure at an idle, and it has oil. I checked the oil. He looked like he must have changed oil, because the oil was clean, like really clean. Or could it be? So could it be the rod bearings? Could it be the rocker arms? Remember, on the side valves, the rocker arms are about this long, because the cam is about this high on the other side, but the cam's right about here, and your valves are up here, so it's constantly rocking. But it doesn't quite sound like a valve or rocker arm out of adjustment. That doesn't sound quite right. I mean, could it be a wrist pin? Wrist pin is loose, so the piston is going up and down harder. You know, the wrist pin's coming up inside the wrist pin hole of the piston, making that noise. The noise seems to be coming from the upper end of the engine, not the lower part. We'll fire it up, and I'll let you listen eventually, if we can get it to run that long. Or is there piston slap? There's a piston in there slapping around. So for the last, I don't know how many years, this tractor was in a museum at King Agricultural Museum down in Centralia, I believe. So it's been in a museum. The guy I got it from bought it from the museum, got it running. So I don't know how many hours are on it. I mean, this, like I said, there's three coats of paint. You got this bright yellow, a darker yellow, and then you have dark yellow down here, but underneath you can see the original color. So it's at least 3 coats of paint. Okay, what else? So we got to figure out the carburetor, the knock, oh, the steering. Here, let's go over here. So that's the tie rod right there. This tie rod is supposed to go straight across, but if you look at it, get my shadow out of the way, it got hit, and it hit something that went from here to here wide. So I don't know if they pushed the tractor around with something and it was in gear and it bent it, or if somebody drove into something with it like that. So right now the tires are towed in. That is pointed in. Well, that one's pointed out. They're towed in a little bit. I wonder if they made an adjustment after they hit because they didn't take that tie rod out and fix it. I don't know. It looks like it has brand new bushings, kingpin bushings, right there. That shiny part, at least on that side. I don't know. Anyway, so this needs to get fixed, and then I can adjust my toe on the tires. I don't want to drive this thing too much with the tires towed in. When you drive through the grass, you can see that the center rib is like cutting the grass, or making a mark in the gravel. It's not going straight. So anyway, yeah, well, let's see, here's the breathers. So this is loose. That shouldn't be loose. I don't know why it is, but it is. That's your crankcase breather. Here's the filter. That little tab's supposed to be in that hole. So we'll do that carefully. Oh, there we go. And let's see. There it is. Now it won't fall out no more. But that's a problem because now water can get in past there and get into the crankcase. So anyway, those are the few of the issues that we have with it. First one I'm going to work on today is fuel issue. So let me grab a few tools. I'll come back out here with you, and we'll see if it's plugged at the tank or at the carburetor. Okay, first off, the fuel is shut off here. So we'll take the line off of here without stabbing myself. I don't have a nut driver, so I can't do it that way to get that off. Oh, that is on there. Okay. Ooh. Mud in there. See that? And we don't have a filter, so turn that on. Well, that's no good. It's trickling out. Okay. Let's shut that off. And let me get a light and see if I can peek in that tank and see where our issue is. Well, I got a light. Let's go ahead and take a look. I don't know if you can see much. You can see the wall right there. It's little spots of rust, but it's pretty clean. But down in the gas, it's not real clear. I could just barely see the bottom, which is about straight down to where the outlet is to the carburetor. It looks like it's plugged up with fine rust. So hopefully it's small particles. Looks like it is fresh gas. It does smell good as far as gas goes. Let me hold the camera upright. Probably has, I don't know, about that much gas in it from here to here. So So I'm gonna go get, oh hi again, I'm gonna go get a piece of round stock and drop it down in there and see if I can break that rust up. Not that, because I don't necessarily want to keep it in there, but if I can flush that out, and that's just going to be, you know, cross your fingers and hope it works. I'm trying to get that gas out of there. Well, I've done this before. It just smashes up little chunks of rust. I got a stainless tray down here, pan. Try and catch some gas. Oh, yeah. I'll show you what's coming out here in a bit. Now, shoot, now I can't even drain the tank. Okay, I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna get my air nozzle and blow it backwards. You see that? That's just barely getting anything out of the fuel tank, and it's gritty. It's not just dirt, but yeah, we got our work cut out for us. See if we got enough air to blow that backwards without taking a shower. Dang, there's a lot of good gas in that. I'd hate to just get rid of it. All right, well, I got to get this tank cleaned out or emptied because I'm gonna have to flush it. I got to run to town. I got to get a fuel filter. I thought I had an extra, but it looks like I already used it. So yeah, give me a little bit. We'll be back on this. Look at that. Just flowing out of there now. I bet this thing would run good. I mean, I don't hardly see anything. Well, it's hard to see right now in that bucket, but looks like pretty clean gas right now. Well, I'm back from town. I got the filters, ran a couple of other errands, but I got the gas drained out of here. I'm going to show you a little better how dark and hopefully you can be able to see it. And sludgy the bottom is. Just kind of black, and I don't know if I can leave you there. No, no, wait a minute. I leave you there. Don't move the light. Take that rod. There we go. Stick it down in there. I don't know if I can show you. Anyway. Oh, here. Right there on the end of that rod. Yeah, that's the whole bottom. Oh, hi. So I don't know if I can get that out with a solvent or not, but I'm going to use a pressure washer and blow it out and collect it and see how much and how clean I get it. Stay tuned. So while I'm cleaning the tank, and now I'm letting it drain, seems to be fairly clean. It did plug up once. I'm sure I'm not done yet. But one of the other issues I mentioned is the starter. The starter would sometimes engage the flywheel, and other times it would just spin, like the gear on the starter on the Bendex was getting rounded off, or the flywheel's getting rounded off, had bad spots or something. If you did it enough, all of a sudden it'd catch and it'd spin over, no problem. So what I found out is that if you don't know a lot of the old letter series Molines, the starter went in, it had a hole in the nose cone, and that hole had to line up with this hole here, and that has a taper on the other end, and that taper would set in and line the starter up. Well, that hole was about halfway off and back a smidge. I mean, I had more gap than I should right there. And also, it's supposed to have a jam nut on here. I don't have one right now. I mean, you can get any nut, but there's supposed to be a thinner nut, not a standard tall nut. And I know I've got one. It's probably in the parts room, so I'll look around for that. But I'm not going to try and start it, obviously with water in it, but I'm going to hit the button. Oh yeah. Easy. I didn't even check to see if I was out of gear. The clutch was back. I still saw that starter bump move, like it torqued a little bit. But it's set. So the starter problem is taken care of. I think the fuel issue is going to be this tank. It's just a matter of taking enough time to get it cleaned up. So I'm going to keep working on that. Well, sun's setting. It'll be down here in a few minutes. July 3rd, you can hear fireworks. I don't know if this is picking it up, but it is just a nice peaceful evening. A raspberry field on the other side of my blackberries. You got raspberry over there, you got a nursery over there, and more woods over there. So let's get back to that R, and I'll show you what I've done. Well, it's after 9:30. Took longer than I thought to get the last little bit out, and there's still a few crumbs in there that might be bigger than the outlet. I'm not sure. It's not a very big outlet. Let's take a look. If you remember, the bottom of that tank was black. Now it's nice and clean. I mean, yeah, you can see rust up there on the side of the wall over here. But it's not loose. It's like surface rust. I mean, eventually it might come loose, but by that time it should be small enough. And that's just coloration back there along that edge over here. That's rust stain. It's not even any rust that you can get loose. Now I suppose if you put vinegar in there, or there's that other thing I've got, product that I bought, and I tried cleaning the gas tank out of the U. But I think this is going to be good. I'm going to call it done. Tomorrow's the 4th. We're going to go do 4th of July stuff up in Blaine. Parade and vendors and car show and that sort of stuff. So we'll go up there. Hopefully we get, I think 75 degrees is what it's supposed to get to tomorrow. That should get the tank nice and hot and dry it. And then hopefully by the time we get home, we'll be able to inspect it. I might take some tape and put it on the round stock, go down there and go for the last few bigger chunks. I mean, I don't even see small stuff. It's bigger stuff that doesn't quite want to go. Mosquito. Yeah, I got bit again. Oh, still here. Great. Okay. That's my cue. It's about time to go inside. So yeah, climb down. We'll set the cap on there. Kind of like that. I don't want to set it down on all the way. I want the vapor, the fumes to be able to get out. So, all right, that's it for tonight. We'll see you tomorrow. Hey, it's Friday, July 4th. Happy 4th of July. We just got home from Blaine, did the parade, the car show, the vendors, all that. Had lunch, had a great time. We're home now before we go back out for the 4th of July fireworks celebration, but figured we'd work on this and see what kind of progress we made, show you what I got out of it. So here's where I first started catching the gas in, and when I saw all that, yeah, I can't, some of it's still stuck in the bottom of that. That was just the initial getting it out, putting that rod down inside and getting it to break up and dumped into the pan. Then I shut it off, went and got a bucket, and then I got another bucket. After I got the gas out, you can see all that rust down there in the bottom. All that flakes. And it's just, look at all them solids. So after I flushed the gas out, we washed it with the pressure washer and the garden hose, and it's really clean. We're about to show you that, but I just let it dump onto the ground because there's no more gas in it. And I can see the rust flakes in the dirt. So let's climb up there real quick. Make sure we get the light on. There we go. A little blind doing it, but a little moisture down there, but we're going to flush that out here in a minute. There you go. Nice and shiny, just like we saw last night, or gray. And it's really clean all the way up to the seam here. And then from here up, there's some rust on the sides, and I'm sure on the top as well, or inside the top. So next, I'm going to dump a little bit of gas in there, flush out any. There's a big bum. Shiloh didn't like that. He's going deaf. He's like 13 years old, and yeah, now he's looking at me and panting. We'll have to give him a treat here in a little bit. We already gave him some this morning, but anyway, what is it? Get a bucket underneath here, dump some gas in it, we'll flush it, make sure it's clean, get the filter in, and then we'll put some actual gas in it and try starting this thing, I think. We're getting close. Well, I got some gas in it and got this bowl cleaned out. Let's turn it on and see what comes out. I don't have it wide open, but there's a little water there, as you can see. There, we got full flow. Well, some of you may disapprove of what I'm about to do, but seeing what you see already, I got a funnel here. I've got a nice white towel. And with the cost of gas being what it is, especially in Washington, I think it's like I just paid $4.29 a gallon for diesel yesterday at Costco. Anyway, this is the fuel, the gas that I poured out of this thing. And also I just poured the gas off that stainless container that I just flushed the tank with, and I poured it until the water was right to the edge. So this is going to filter some junk out. Not all of it, but I'm sure most of it. So yeah, I poured off that gas again out of that stainless container into this bucket. Oop. A little splash there. Need to be more controlled. I can see all the grime at the bottom of this bucket. Don't necessarily want to get all that and take that chance. I don't see any, if not much, water in it. Well, there might be a little bit. We're getting close. I don't know if you can see that in the shot, but there's that pool of started to splash around too much. Now it's all mixed up, but it's only like a half cup of gas in there mixed with rust and dust. So yeah, it's not bad. I poured it off pretty good. There's only a couple little dark marks. So let that sit there and drip dry. I'm gonna go get the fuel filter and see about getting that put in line before we try starting this thing. Okay, gas is in it, clamps are tight. Let's turn the fuel on. A little bit of a low spot, but the gas is about this high in the tanks, so that should, it'll be taller than the carburetor. It should fill the carburetor. There we go. We got gas. All right, I'm gonna get the tools out of here and the filter. Gas cap on. And we'll see about starting this thing. So let's go ahead and try starting this thing. Got all the tools off of it. We're neutral, clutch is back. There's oil pressure gauge. Of course, before I had to run it with choke, and even that didn't work. Now we're about to find out if the carburetor's plugged, and if I mean, you'll get to see the oil pressure, and you may hear the knocking. Let's give it a try. I don't even know if we need choke. Let's try it without. Nope, maybe some choke. Battery's going low. Huh. It hasn't started yet, and there's the oil pressure. Oh, it's trying. Maybe I have too much choke. Yeah. Put the charger on that battery, and we'll try it again. I actually saw smoke come out of the exhaust, so not sure why I didn't fire unless I flooded it before I had the chance. All right, battery charger. Yeah, I had to put a hat on. My head was getting more on the well done side of medium. Anyway, battery's back on it. Charged it up. Kick it on, hit the switch, see what happens. Watch that oil pressure. It should get to 25, even if we hear a knock. Okay, no knock. We may have to take the carburetor apart. Let's pull the choke out. We're getting close to 25. I got the choke all the way out for this thing to run, so oh, there's 25. That whine is the belt pulley. There's no belt pulley on it, but it's working. Okay, I put that in. Yeah, I think we need to take that float bowl off. So I'm going to shut the gas off, let that thing run out, and then we'll drop the bowl. I'm just noticing that the little clamp here for the choke cable is missing. So I'm just pulling on the whole cable. It's got to be clamped somewhere because the casing is staying. It's supposed to be right there, but it's not. Anyway, unscrew that, get the choke cable out, get that out of the way. We have the air cleaner hose, which is a loose enough we can do that. Although I'd like to rotate that up so I can reach it. Now we have 4 screws we need to remove. That one's loose. Surprised that thing's not leaking. Okay, and carefully drop that. So here's your high-speed needle jet. And here's the needle down here. That needle goes down into the bowl right there. There is some junk in the carburetor, so I'm going to get this cleaned out and then we'll put it back on. Would you look at that? This is where the float needle goes up in, and the pin and the float set to regulate how much fuel's in the float bowl. Look at that goo. The big old chunk of whatever. Rust. Yeah, it's a clump of rust. I didn't think the float bowl was that bad. I mean, this is clean now. All I had to do is push that off. So we'll set this aside. That and the needle was stuck up in there a little bit, but we'll do that. Okay, now we're flowing gas. So we'll shut that off, and we're going to put it back together. So that goes up in there. I know a lot of people would just take the carburetor off completely, put in a tank carb cleaner, let it soak for overnight, whatever. This is more of a field fix, or a quick fix, if you will. I've done it both ways, but now that, I mean, over the years, you know, these carburetors are simple. They're easy to work on. I understand them for the most part. So I don't mind taking them apart. I don't have to take the whole thing off if I don't think I need to. Alright, we're going to put the float up there, hanging on to it. Get the float pin. I'm going to slide that in, making its way. Eventually, well, I don't remember if these pins are tapered though. It's been a while since I've done that. Nope, there it goes. Starting to think maybe it only goes one way. And to set your floats, you want this level with your base. Right now, it was slightly down, so I bent it. Now it's slightly up. The other side slightly up. I bent it too far the other way. That one's good. That one needs to come down. There we go. That needle's sticking. There, it seems to be working. Turn the gas back on. There we are. That should shut it off. That should let it come back on. So we'll shut the fuel off right there. Let's see. And we'll put our bowl back on. Gasket seems to be good. That started. That one's get that started and get it to hang up there for us. There we go. Put the air cleaner hose back on. Tighten that up a little bit. That'll work. Put our high-speed needle valve back in. Make sure that's still nice and clean. Probably gonna have to reset that. So I'm gonna screw it all the way in. I'm going to come out 2.5 turns. It's all the way in. Slots that way, so there's half, 1, half, 2.5. Alright. I think we're good. Oh, no, we got a choke cable back up, even though I'm missing the clamp. Said I'm sure I've got one on a parts carburetor somewhere, so we will get to that another time. There we go. There's a choke cap. There we go. Okay, we'll turn the gas back on. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but we're starting to get some water built up to here. So, didn't get as dry as I hoped. You can see it flowing though, it's filling the float bowl. We'll have to keep an eye on that because we don't want that water getting into the carburetor. We'll have to take the filter off, and then I don't want to throw the filter away just yet, so hopefully we can drain that water off. You know what? I'm going to try that right now. I'm going to take it off here. I'm sure we're going to get more water as this thing runs and moves around, but see if we can get some of that off, or out, I should say. That worked. Might be a smidge of water in there or gas, but I mean, gas of course is fine, but if I can do that for a while before the filter gets dirty, plugged up, that would save me $9. I mean, I bought 2 filters for $18 yesterday. There we go. Alright, let's get these out of the way and we'll try starting this again. Okay, we're going to try starting it again. We're going to try with no choke. See how it runs. Okay, we'll try some choke. I see smoke come out of the exhaust. Let's try it again. That might be flooded already. That's a lot of smoke. Maybe we turn in that high-speed needle valve. Let's do a half turn. That's that right there. I'm watching that slot. That's the angle it was at when it closed. Yeah, it's flooded. I don't know how. Let's give her some throttle. Get this thing to clear out a little bit. You hear that? You can hear it knocking now. Sounds like it's up there, but look at that, we're carrying 27 psi. I'll slow it down. So we'll go to an idle, no problem. You can kind of hear it rattle a little bit. So I'm not 100% that it's the rod bearings or any of the main bearings, but that's kind of what it sounds like. But if that was the case, would I carry 25, 27 pounds of oil pressure at an idle? Oops. Tripping over rocks over here. Starting to think maybe it is a lower end. I mean, it's got to be. Well, I'll tell you, I've got other projects I got to work on before our show, which is the end of this month. Last day or two of July and the first 2 days of August, I think it is. I want to get as many there as I can running. This is running. Well, that's weird. It's kind of random. It's like knock, 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 knock. It's not steady. It's quiet as an idle. I don't know. What if we take this thing for a drive? Oh, that's the other thing. We got to adjust the clutch. Okay, here we go. We're going that way down the hill. Now you watch. work. That's a plus. We're not knocking hard yet. I'll turn you around. Switch hands. Yeah, at a fast idle. It's knocking. Now it's under a little load going up a grade. It's not so bad. I think before we start playing with this, I'm gonna have to take that side cover off and check things out. Now I idle it down and it goes away. Don't forget, let me know in the comments what you think of this is. I'm gonna go park this. Well, off camera I used a screwdriver trick where you put it up to your ear, and put it on the block, and see where the loudest noise is. I did underneath cylinder 1. I did down here on the crankcase. It's pretty loud. And I went to 2 and it got quieter. Now about 1 got louder. I went to the front of the engine, got quieter. So seems to be number 1. I'm not sure what yet. If I get time before the show, I'll take that side cover off, but I need to work on the G705, get that cleaned up, more presentable. It runs fine, and we'll talk about it in the next video. If you haven't seen the video about, well, go to the Will It Start G705. It's been probably 7 videos ago. I need to get that cleaned up. I need to get the G loader, the 1950G, cleaned up. The G1000 needs to be cleaned up, and I need to figure out tires for the back, which I've talked to a guy. Yeah, Lauren, I still remember. We got to get the other G cleaned up. I got to get some others running. So I don't have any major work, but time-consuming work. Cleaning these big tractors, any of them, they're not showpieces, but I want to get the green off. I'd like the paint to shine its best I can get it. So I have other projects I need to get done. This runs. I wouldn't be afraid to load it on the trailer and get it to the show, park it for the week, and then load it up, bring it home, and then work on it. So no guarantees. We'll figure out what that knock is before the show. We'll get to it. Also, let me know, how did I do on this trade? Remember the 3 Farmall A's and extra parts at the beginning of the video. The A Industrial, the AV, the high crop, and then basically the A is still sitting over there behind you. He hasn't picked that one up yet. For this R, the parts one is stuck, the AV is stuck, and the Industrial I had running, but it had like a cracked head, I believe. So it didn't run well and can't keep water in it. This is holding water. It's got oil in it. It's got a bunch of little things wrong I can take care of, no problem. But now we got to figure out what that knock is. So who got the better deal? Leave it down in the comments. I really would like to know. Personally, my belief, I think the guy I did the trade with, he got a good deal, and I got a good deal. Meaning, yeah, I gave up 3 tractors and, whoop, that was just a honeybee. I gave up 3 tractors and parts for this 1 tractor. Again, I think he got a good deal. I believe he believes that, so I'm getting at. And I believe I got a good deal. I want to focus more of my time towards Molines, which I get to do now because I've got this. I cleaned up the tractor acres, or whatever you want to call it, over here where all the tractors are. I've got 3 of them out of here, 3.5. One of them was in the lean-to. I gained more lean-to space. I don't know what's going to go in it yet, but I've got it. So Again, let me know in the comments what you think, who got the better deal. Your personal opinion, of course. And let me know what you think that knock is. When I first heard it, I thought it was up higher. Again, piston slap or wrist pin knock. But now I'm starting to listen to it, it might be number one rod. So we'll have to take it apart, find out for certain. Let me know who got the better deal and what you think that knock is. Guess that's it. We got it running. Seems to be reliable. We got gas in it. Tank cleaned, fuel lines cleaned out, put a filter in line. Carburetor got cleaned up inside, and it runs good. So, oh yeah, figured out the starter, why it was missing, which you never got to hear that because I wanted to look into it before I tried it again. Which, if you remember, is just the starter wasn't lined up with this bolt. So, guess that's enough rehashing and babbling. So, we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, and I hope you had a good 4th of July. Bye.